Hi, I'm Michelle Monsanto Büchler from the CAS class of 2006. I'm actually an entrepreneur on the side for a jewelry brand called Style Tourista, but my main 100% 9-to-5 job is a regional visual merchandiser. I studied and graduated in the Bachelor's of Design Management in the HGK in Luzern, Switzerland. So HGK stands for Hochschule für Gestaltung und Kunst. This means a University of Applied Science and Arts. After my studies, I have worked in Hugo Boss with my first internship as a showroom assistant. So that was a really great first start with a very renowned name. Then I've developed my career further into the world of fashion as a fashion buyer until I've landed my first job as a visual merchandiser in the Fossil Group. So the Fossil Group is a company that has 20+ portfolio brands under them, such as Armani, Burberry, Michael Kors, Diesel, Kate Spade, and many, many more. So that really levitated my career possibilities by working for a company that works for many different kind of brands. I think companies really respect the diversity for that intent. And because I want to travel and indulge in more creative tasks, I have ventured out to work in a luxury fashion brand called MCM. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but they're quite famous in Asia. So I'm working there as a visual merchandiser for the region of EMEA. When I mean EMEA, EMEA stands for Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So it is just solely me and my colleague managing all their stores in every sales channel in EMEA. So sales channel for at least the fashion industry means, and I guess also all other industry means retail, wholesale, online, and every possibility where you can see the sales happening. A visual merchandiser basically ensures that the store not only looks good, but also becomes a visual instrument of sales. So I get, for example, global briefings for seasonal guidelines of how the store should look. Then I translate this in a regional scale and sometimes even customize it as detailed as possible per store. For example, this Christmas, we will be having stars, glitters, and a tagline sticker on the window for all our stores, and I will need to be the one to actually do the placement of this, like where do the stars go, how many stars do we want, and do we want other elements, so whatever it looks like on the window, also what merchandising is going to be placed on the window, and basically organization of every visual aspect from A to Z. That's my job. And for example, we also get requests from marketing that they want to do like this super cool event, and we are also responsible to take part of that and to take care of visuals for that as well. There's also an example that store or space has new openings. For maybe like an SM, there would be a new MCM store, or MCM would actually have its own store in a street in Oxford Street in London. So I'm also the one who has to make sure that we do the planning out, the layout right. So it's kind of also like interior architecture, just making sure that we have the backpacks must be on this wall, it should be this big, and this area is for the jewelry case, let's put like 2 tables there. That's also one example. We work closely with retails and the architects. Also the merchandising department, as I mentioned, backpacks, bags, jewelry, because if they want to push a certain, let's say a small mini pink backpack, I will need to tell our stores, okay, this backpack, you need to focus it on our front table areas, in that area which is the hot spot in the store, which always is a good selling point where everyone sees it. So you're basically, as a visual merchandiser, the person who tries to sell items through visual purposes, and you kind of like guide the customer through the store. The biggest challenge I have is to have to listen to what all department wants and needs are and come up with a creative solution in which everyone is happy with, and that they see all good results. So the merchandising department wants to push certain bags for sales, but marketing does not have the campaign images to support the push, and then the retail department does not want to take up selling space in the store for an event, or the finance team would say, oh, we're out of budget, we cannot invest in this new marketing flyer or this new display to support the jewelries to stand out. Or online suddenly places an item online that is not available in your store, and it gets conflicting. So these are all the departments you have to consider, and I guess it's fair to say that as a visual merchandiser, you would need to have very empathetic and understanding, and also very, very good coordination skills throughout all departments. You need to be able to speak all their languages, put it together, because everyone throws things at you and you're the one that makes the end product look good and takes everyone's ideas and suggestions into place. So that I find quite challenging, but it's also a fun challenge because I'm a very solutions-oriented person, and it becomes like, it's a fuel, I guess, for me. On the other hand, I feel really good when we have a great setup which produces successful sales, or people from events would congratulate us for the good visuals. I feel good when the strategy pushed from the company has been met because we changed something visually in the stores. Like, for example, we had a new shopper bag that we needed to sell because we had so much quantities of it a few weeks ago, and we met the sales target after 1 week because we told all stores to change the display and put all these shopper types of bags to the front of the store. And that, for example, was great to see that our strategy, visual strategy in stores, really reflected on the sales. Yeah, I'm most proud of window projects. For example, I did one of my biggest projects was for a luxury department store in the UK called Harrods. I don't know if you know it, but if you live in the UK, you for sure know what Harrods is. I was given a short time frame and open possibilities of how to make the windows look like, and it was only supposed to be up for 1 month, and it was acknowledged very positively by our global HQ, and I guess this created a good also brand awareness. So this was one of my first like really great project. Another one would be an event I did the concept and installation for in Prague. So I actually was flown there to do a great design where there were celebrities and influencers coming to the event, and I really liked the atmosphere of they liked the atmosphere of everything that I produced, like it, and it became very artsy. It wasn't just like bags. It was, I took a chair, I put the chair upside down, I put the bag on it, I wrapped, you know, like it was very yeah, artsy. So I love when I get creative projects like that, and that the feedback from the guests or the clients are good. A lot of photo taking, you know, Instagramming. Yeah. To be honest, fashion is not a high-paying industry. So there are so many people wanting to enter the fashion world that competition is just so high. For my job position alone, I was told by HR that there were 100+ applicants in a short time frame just from all over Europe. So competition is not only locally. Now it's especially in Switzerland, you have Italy bordering, France bordering. So in Europe, people are applying everywhere for job positions, and everybody wants to get into Switzerland because it's quite a safe country with good paying jobs, and the social system is also quite good here. So if you get the chance, I also would highly recommend it. If you have a good position in the fashion industry, you're able to have much higher pay and have the chance to work in a fun, trendy, and cool industry. Trust me, like, you'll never get bored. If you can survive the hectic, fast-paced, and demanding world of the fashion industry, you can survive almost anything. Just don't end up comparing your salaries to people working in the pharmaceutical industry, like IT industry or the banking industry, especially in Switzerland, because these are the industries that are thriving the most. And you know, you have to make a decision at one point on what's important to you, saving cash or basically your day-to-day happiness of working in the job that you want. I'll get to that. So my biggest advice would be just really to ask yourself, do you want to earn more in order to save more for later, and it's not important what you do, rather that you achieved your monetary goals earlier, or to have a really great 9-to-5 job that keeps you happy, but you can't have the same savings potential, which will take you much longer in case you plan to make later purchases or investments. So there are also some cases that you're able to have both, but for the creative people in the creative industry, it's sometimes very hard, and you'll need to make this decision at an early stage. As for I went for my dreams. So with 18, I was like, oh, money is not so important, it's my dreams. It is. With time, you'll find that it is actually also important, but it's also important to really do what you love. To work in the colorful world of fashion, and because it's a work of dedication, I am in great position and I love what I do really every day. But it took me a lot to get there, a lot of determination, a lot of conflicting thoughts, like, did I do the right thing? I don't see the outcome, I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet. But one day you will be there. My biggest advice, as corny as it sounds, is do what you love, and everything else will fall in place. My father wanted me to take something more secure, like finance or just an ordinary office job. He got scared for me once I said I wanted to be an artist or a fashion designer. In the end, you will live your life always trying to get back to what you like to do. So, which is counterproductive, I would say, if you don't do it. So I spend a lot of my free time doing my side business or of the fashion jewelry and art, because sometimes I miss out on my daily job. So at the end, if you do not do what you love on a daily basis, you'll find yourself finding ways to lead you back to where you want to be anyways. So might as well just study what you want from the beginning onwards. And for your high school years, take up a lot of club activities. That's what I did. Do different things, learn a variety of things, so you'll know earlier what you both want and also what you don't want. So this is what I did, and at an early age I knew exactly what I wanted to do and be. And I find that this is a very powerful tool that leverages you already as a young adult to this crazy world. So remember, be you, follow your heart, and everything else will just follow. Trust. Thank you. Wishing you guys a nice day.